Hey guys, it's Shadow, and today I'm going to be doing kind of a tutorial for beginners on the Wild West. So a lot of you don't know what exactly you should do. Like, you just go out to the bank and then you try robbing it, but then you immediately get arrested. So I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to get started and get going, like how I have $25,000 and a lot of good guns, and showing you the best guns and horses you can get. So the first thing you'll start out as, I recommend doing this, is you want to go over here in the left and press T. This is optional, but if you don't like your outfit, at the moment, it's I'm pretty sure it's just a shirt, pants, and then you don't have anything else. So you can change your avatar up. I have it, I really like my avatar. It looks kind of nice. It's just very basic. You can add a whole bunch. So the first thing you'll be on is height and thickness, and then you can unlock name. I don't really care for that because it's just a nickname or whatever. I don't think that's worth it. Don't buy that. But I mean, if you have the Robux, you don't really care, and it's I don't know, you can buy that. But then the comb over here is your hair, so you can choose by clicking which hair you want. And there's a whole bunch of hairs, and you can change the color by clicking color, and then you can just go back to that and then click confirm when you're done. But then you can go over to the next thing, which is beards. There's only one beard at the moment, but you can just get a beard. Same thing, you can color it. And then there's faces, and then there's glasses. I like this monocle, by the way, and these glasses. Then there's masks, but then there's hats. There's a whole bunch of hats. This is probably my favorite section because there's so many really cool hats. There's bowlers, there's cowboy hats, there's this really tall one, there's feathery ones, there's headdresses, there's a whole bunch of cool ones. And then there's mustaches. I don't really want a mustache, but this one's kind of cool. Then there's shirts, obviously, and pants. And then holsters, these are really actually nice. This is the default one you start out with, I'm pretty sure. And then you can also get this one, or you don't have to buy it, but you don't have to buy really anything, but you can just wear that one. And then there's also outfits and stuff. I'm wearing an outfit. You can choose I see this one a lot. So yeah, but there's pretty nice outfits. And then if you get VIP, which is a game pass for I think 450 Robux, you can get that outfit. It's a really cool outfit. And then, but I don't really recommend that because you really only get a name tag, outfit, and then a gun. Then that's not really worth it. And then you got Dread Pirate. That's just a gun and outfit pack. But then after you've done that, you're pretty much you probably looks kind of stylish now. But then the next thing I recommend doing is, if I'm pretty sure you start it with $800. So what you want to do is you want to run over here to this barn. By the way, spawn in Brown City when you first load in. So you want to go over to this barn, and then it's Joe's Stables and Horses, or you can spawn at the Callahan Manor and then go to the other ranch or whatever over there. And then you want to click E on him and then buy a horse. I recommend either buying the mule, or if you can afford it, buy the Tursk, the Dutch Warm Blood, the Cleveland Bay, the Welsh Mountain, the Painted Quarter, or whatever is $750. Those are the cheapest the cheapest horses you can buy. And then once you've done that, you've bought it, you can press H or click the little horse button on the left, and you can call them. So I'm gonna actually pull out my mule, so then I can show you, you probably got a mule or something. This is the first thing mainly everyone gets. You get 3 kicks, so if you want to kick, just press shift, and then you can run. He's not the fastest, but then after that, I recommend you get your gun out. And so I think you start out with one gun. So if you don't have it equipped already, press B or click the little backpack on the left, and then click it, and then click equipped item. I'm gonna keep my guns how they are because I like having them how they're set up. And then this is the tip I recommend doing for you. I recommend going either over here in this area or over there. I'm gonna go over here, so if you want to follow along with me, you can just come over here. And then I am going to show you can hunt in this game. So that's probably one of the easiest ways to make money when you first start out, instead of robbing. Because if you have a mule, he's not very fast. No offense, buddy, but it's not the best in my opinion. So then what you want to do is go up on this hill. I actually recommend this side better, but you want to go up on this hill, and don't worry, your horse will be fine. But you want to go up on this hill, and it's actually nighttime, so it's a little dark. But then you want to pull out your gun. I'm going to use my dragoon, my pistol, and then you want to just obviously hunt the animals, or the buffalo. And as you can see, they get stuck there, so then you can just easily kill them, and then they will drop. Obviously you will have to shoot them a lot more than I have, but after you've done that, maybe try to get as many whatever the meat, or the animal meat, as you can. And then after you've done that, by the way, don't go down there, because if you go down there and the buffalo or any animal is running at you, it's gonna hit you or whatever, and then it's gonna hurt you or whatever. So make sure you stay up here. But after you've done that, get back on your horse, and then after you get up a couple, maybe 4 or 5 meats I recommend getting, and then that will give you a total of 4 would be about $200, and then $250. A meat equals $200, or I mean $50. But if you get if it drops a pelt, that's worth I think $100 or $80, something like that. And then so you want to come back over here, and then come to the general store. It's a nice green big shop. And then you want to go over here, and then you want to go up to the guy, and then you can either press and hold F on him, or you can just go in and press E, and then scroll down and find. I mean, you're just gonna have one thing if you start out, or you just started out. But then you're gonna click your animal meat, and then you're gonna click sell item, and then click the check mark. And there you go. You've probably made about $100 or so, and I just made $50. But I'm just showing an example. So then after you've gotten that, after you've done that, and then so you want to come over to the guns and ammo shop, and I recommend doing this because then you can get better at hunting. I recommend coming over here because then you can get better guns, and you can hunt animals easier, and then get more money faster. And then so when you go over here, obviously you're gonna E again, and then you can I recommend buying a pistol. I don't think you're ready enough for a rifle yet, because those are pretty expensive, so thousands of dollars. But so just go to the Sidearms, and I recommend either getting the Model 3 or try to save up for the Lemmet revolver. These ones are probably the best starter guns you can get. This is the default gun, the starter gun or whatever. But then after that, then if you want to get into PvP and stuff, fighting, or into robbing and stuff, I recommend getting the sawed-off shotgun, because if you shoot someone in the head, obviously they're gonna die immediately. So that's pretty good. It's $1,000, but I mean it's still pretty good. Otherwise, if you don't want to get into PvP or fighting or whatever, then you can go over to the rifle, and you can save up for the yellow boy revolver. And this one is a rifle, so then you can hunt better. I recommend if you're trying to go for that hunting, what I'm trying to show you, it's easier. You can get this one, because then you can easily aim, and then it's better long range, because sidearms aren't very good long range. So I recommend doing that. And then after you've gotten your next gun, you can go over and get hunting again. And then after that, of course, then after you've done that, you got more, you sold more meat or pelts and stuff. And you can also, I'd be careful if you're over in that area, by the mountains. I'd be careful if you're over there, because there are bears roaming around there, and if someone in the server disturbed them and it's just roaming around, and then you get near it, it may kill you or hurt you really badly. So then I'd be careful if you're over there. This is probably the better area, because there's that camping mountain or something. And then as you have done that, you've gotten a whole bunch of money. You probably have stacked up about maybe maximum $2,000. So then after that, you probably want to get another horse. So this is probably where you want to get into the actiony stuff, and you want to get robbing. So I would recommend getting either like probably a faster one, a faster horse. So make sure you're looking for speed and stamina, not health. Health doesn't really matter. Health is only really if someone shoots down your horse, which people rarely do that. But I would recommend getting a horse like the Cleveland Bay. That's a pretty good one. You may have gotten this one if you looked at the stats before, like for your starter animal. But this is a pretty good one. It has 3, but it doesn't have the best speed, but it does have a decent amount of stamina. But then I would recommend maybe getting a horse with 2 speed, but as well as, probably this one. This one's probably I recommend saving up for. This one's pretty good. It's $4,000, but I mean, I'd say that's pretty worth it. It has 2 speed and then 4 stamina. That's, or 3 stamina. The stamina is how many kicks you can get it. So kicks give it a little bit of a boost of like speed. And then, speed is just like obviously the speed of how fast it can run normally. And then, and otherwise, this one is this one is Skipper. Sorry, I mixed them up. But he is a pretty good horse. He's $500 more, and he has 3 speed and 4 stamina. He's really good, and so I recommend actually getting him because he's probably one of the best horses you can get. And then otherwise, you could get the Morgan, but I mean, he's, in my opinion, I'd say Skipper, the Skipper horse. I call him Skipper because I named him Skipper. I would recommend getting him. Also, another thing you can do is you can go to your horses and like name them and add accessories and stuff. So if you want to do that, go up to the guy and then press F, and then you can go and customize him by clicking this customize, and then you can change their name by typing it here, and then make sure you press enter, because if you don't press enter, it's not going to save. You can change the size of your horse, and then you can change the pitch of your horse's like neigh. You can change the eye color, which is really cool, and then you can change the bridle color. I don't actually know what that is. But then you can also click accessories up here, and you can actually add saddles or blankets. Blankets are much cheaper if you're trying to be cheaper. You could get a whole bunch of these. So there's a Blue Ridge. I really like this one, so I got this one. And I didn't know there was actually a saddle tab because I didn't actually see that. But these are actually decently expensive. You can buy the blankets. The blankets look nice. But then the saddles, I recommend getting a saddle. These are actually, I think this one's like $500. I have the Coyote Wide. I just wanted to match him. Match the saddle with Skippy. And then I also would get this one. I mean, this one's, it's decent if you want to match your horse. Like if it's tan or like something and you want to match it, I recommend just trying to match it. But if you are trying to go for cheap, you can just buy the Blue Ridge one or a cheaper one of these blankets. So then after you've done that, you probably have a good horse. So I'm just gonna use Skippy for an example for this. You can then, I think you're probably by now ready to get robbing. So robbing is pretty awesome. You can get more money. It's pretty actually, you get a lot more money. And so I would recommend maybe doing this if you're ready. But if you aren't ready, I would just maybe keep hunting, and then if you're ready and you have a good horse and stuff, you could do it. So, as you can see, I am stuck. But if you go onto a train, I recommend doing trains before you do the bank. You can picklock the, if it hasn't already been robbed, you can picklock the, I'm in a small server, so there's not going to be people really chasing me. So then you can picklock it if it doesn't lag. Can you not lag, please? I just want to show my fans how to do this. So if you picklock it, you can actually go over. You can actually steal the money. So then after I would recommend not join to the other thing. So I would just get one bag and get back on your horse wherever they are. If you can't find them, recall them really quick. And I bet there's probably people chasing you by now. So then you want to go over here and so if you're somewhere, try to go like in where I am going right now. If you're over there, just try to come on this route and then come where I am. So then you want to go over here, jump down here, and then you want to try to run as fast as you can because there's probably people like shooting at you. So try to weave, and obviously people aren't chasing me because there's literally only 3 other people on the server. So you want to go across this bridge. This is a very good route for it, and then I'll also show you another route if you're on a different side. And then as you can see, you just get it automatically right there, and you're kind of hidden, I guess. But then yeah, it's pretty simple, and it makes it a lot easier to go with that little route. Before it was very hard. There was only this one route. So then yeah, it's pretty good to go up that route because it's very I guess it's more stealthy and it's an easier route. And then the other route I want to show you is this route. But if you're over here where the split is, where it goes in 2 or 3 ways, you wanna, and you're getting off right here. If you are trying to get off if you're on it right here, I would recommend getting off right here and then jumping off and then calling your horse, running up here, taking your money all the way around here. It's a very, very visible path, and it's very easy to get up here. So, but otherwise, if you've done this and you don't have a good horse, it may not be the easiest. So I recommend making sure you have a good horse before you start robbing, because if you don't have a good horse, it may not end well unless you're in a small server like me. And after that, if you want to get rid of your bounty and you don't want people chasing you, you can go back into town by following the route I'm going. I'm just going back down this area. And then you can also, in the general store, get a torch, which I have right now. So if it's nighttime and you can't see, I would recommend actually getting that. I'm pretty sure it's only $150. That's that's decently expensive, but I'm pretty sure you can afford it by now. So then, after that, you may want to get another weapon and or a rifle like mine. This is the most expensive rifle. I don't recommend trying to get this right away, but it is the most expensive rifle. Then if you want to, you can get a better rifle, but I would recommend actually saving up for the harmonica rifle. It's the automatic rifle. It's probably the best. Oh my gosh, I think I'm getting arrested. Wow, I literally just got arrested. So you probably got arrested somewhere in then, but try to be careful. I should have showed you the better way before getting a gun, because I didn't even notice that this guy was a sheriff. So it's not that big of a deal. You just have to wait. And if you've been a really bad person, you're going to be sent to the prison, the Fort Tyler, which is all the way over here at the corner of the map. So you may wanna not be very bad. And so yeah, I don't really recommend doing that, because then you're not in Bronze City anymore. It's not that far away, but it's still pretty far away. But I was gonna say, after I showed you to get a new rifle or whatever, you can turn yourself in by going up to the little front desk, and then there's an E thing here, and then you can E it, and then you'll just be it's just you've been arrested. That guy just shot through here. But then you'll just be arrested like you've been arrested. There is also jobs in the game. So if you want to be a sheriff, be a really good guy and try to arrest criminals, you can be a sheriff. I'll just show you what you get. So you get a baton, which it's practically a knife. This is a really expensive knife. It's $4,000. Dude, what the heck? What the heck, man? Oh, man. Oh, okay. Well, he turned himself in. You get a baton, which is, if you don't have a knife, it's good to have. I'm glad they have that. But then they also have handcuffs. So if there is a person that has been lassoed and they haven't gotten up, or they are lassoed or something, and you can then arrest them by holding E on them, and yeah. So then also you can go, wait, I actually want to resign. I don't want to be a cop anymore. So then you can, if you want to resign, just go back up to it and whatever. I also recommend doing this. You can get a lasso. So if you go into special, you can get a lasso here, and you can also get a knife for $50. That's pretty good. I actually kind of recommend doing that it's pretty cheap, but you can, if you're not really good at aiming and you're in trouble, I would recommend doing that, because then you can just right click or click and hold, and then you can just try to get people. But then if you get a lasso, it's $200. You can actually lasso people. So if you pull out your lasso and press and hold until the charging is red and it says ready, you can lasso them. If you like aim at them, and then here, let me just show an example. Actually, that's not gonna work. As you can see, I just actually lassoed him, but I had friendly fire on. But if you actually want to turn friendly fire on, just press P, and then you can become hostile, which I don't recommend doing because then you're basically you're a murderer or something, and I don't recommend doing that. So I was also showing you earlier what you could do. You could get a rifle. So I recommend getting the harmonica rifle because then it's actually pretty good. If you want to equip it, if you want to equip a new gun, of course you have to click it and then click equipped item if you're in your inventory by pressing B. But then you can pull it out, and it's actually pretty long. And yeah, as you can see, it's very long. But this has 12 ammo, and it's the best gun because it shoots the fastest. And yeah, it's really good, and it takes a little bit to load, but it's actually really, really good in my opinion. It's actually probably one of my favorite guns. Also, another little thing you can do is you can roll if you're in trouble and you need to get away a little faster, or you're trying to like do something, I don't know. But then you can also aim in by pressing Q. That's another little hotkey, so if you are trying to like aim really fast, you can do that. And then you're probably ready to rob the bank. So I would actually, this is gonna be a little bit tough, so I'm gonna try to get this on camera because it's a little bit hard. So I'm gonna go over to the bank, and then if you don't know, like, you may want to be a little bit careful. I recommend actually doing this trick. So if you've been in the bank, you know that you have to take the money from the little thing. So I don't recommend actually doing this by like picklocking it. I recommend actually waiting for it to be robbed and then going in after like everyone has gone away and like they don't really care anymore. So then you can go in and then take the money and then run. So then you probably took the money by now, and then you can run out and get on your horse wherever he is or she is, and then you can just go back on that path I showed you, and then get your money. There are also a few other jobs you can do. You can become a barkeeper for free by just coming into the bar or the salon, and it's right next to the guns and ammo. So you can just come in here, and then you can serve some people drinks. You can just give it to them, and then it's $100 for each thing. Then you just, if someone's here, you can give them it, and then they can either click no or yes, and you will get, I think, like $100 or something. And you can also sweep, like, I don't know, sweep it. But it's kind of like I don't know. It's a basic job, but you actually get kind of a little bit of money. And also, if you want to resign, you just go back up to it. There's also 2 more jobs you can do, or 3 more jobs you can do. You can become a doctor, which you can give people bandages and other things, but you have to pay, I think, 400 Robux for it. So I wouldn't recommend doing that because it's not the best job. You really only you don't really get anything really. But then if you come over here, you can actually, this is probably the second coolest job you can do. You can become a hitman. It's 400 Robux. If you know what a hitman is, obviously that's, if you want to be a hitman, you can be a hitman. You can just ask people, do you want anyone killed or whatever, and then there you go. But then the best job probably in this game is being the mayor. I am probably going to be the mayor sometime in the future. It's 600 Robux, which I feel like that's a little much. And it's not like, there is a lot of things you can do. You can do trials, you can ask people to protect you from a cash reward. There's a lot of things you can do. There's a few perks. You get to ring the bell and do a whole bunch of stuff. I think I might be the mayor in the future, but I recommend if you don't want to spend 600 Robux on this game or whatever, it's not the best choice you could make. Yeah, I don't really recommend doing that because it's not the best thing you could do, and yeah. But you also, you get to stay in the town hall, and you can do trials here. I don't really know how it works because obviously I haven't been the mayor before, but I'm gonna actually do a first time reaction on a video, so stay tuned for that in the future. But you can also ring the bell if you are the mayor. As you can see, it says you must be a mayor. But if someone is already the mayor, but if someone is already the mayor in the server, you cannot be the mayor. So I would recommend just waiting a little bit for the mayor to leave or whatever, and then try to be the mayor yourself, or just rejoin servers and be the mayor in that server if it doesn't have a mayor. But anyways, guys, I think that's gonna pretty much wrap up this video. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I really hope this helped you out in the Wild West, because the Wild West is a pretty complicated game. But anyways, guys, if I forgot anything, I'm so sorry. This is already a 30-minute video, so I don't want to try to get anything in. There's also a mining there's also a mining thing, so that's just like hunting, but you can get a pickaxe in the general store and then go over there, mine some ores. And then there's some missions over here. You can see that you can mine coal, and then you can get some money for that, $25. And then as you can see, you can get a whole bunch of money for this. Reach a mountain peak, you can just explore. I like this one the best because you can just explore. This one's probably the this one is probably the hardest. And then this one's like the good, this is the bad. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this helped you out in the Wild West. If you are new to the game, or you don't know really what you're doing, I don't know. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.